okay today? Should we just get straight on and get warmed up? Let's start with some shoulder rolls. So you're all fit and well today. If you've never done Pilates before, I would recommend watching the introduction video first before coming back and doing the full session. I want you to reach over to one side, stand up tall, just warming up through your spine, through your sides. Make sure you've got that nice tall neutral alignment as you stand up tall in the centre. You're going to exhale as you reach over, inhale as you bring it back. You're just going to do one more. Lovely. Bring your hands into prayer position. Big inhale. Exhale as you rotate around to one side and bring it back to centre. Make sure, as always, that your hips aren't moving as you rotate round. As soon as your hips move, you're twisting your knees and your ankles, which is what we really want to avoid. Just warming up through the spine. You don't have to try and get around to the other side of the room. Just one more to each side. Last one. Lovely. Relax your arms down. We're going to start with a roll down today. So you're going to stand at the end of your mat if you're using one, or just so you've got enough space so you can walk out into a plank position. Big inhale at the top. Make sure you're standing with your feet underneath your hips in your neutral posture, neutral alignment. As I said, big inhale. Exhale as you tilt your chin to your chest. Keep your chin tucked under. Bring your hands to the mat. Walk yourself out into a plank position. And bring it back up. If you need to bend your knees in order to get your hands to the mat and off the mat, and you can do, hopefully over time, as we do this more often, as it's in this one is in most of my workouts, then hopefully you'll be able to get a little bit lower each time as you lengthen down the back of your body, back of your legs through that first bit. Extra warm up here as well, so stretching out through the back of the body, like I said, getting them shoulders fired up, getting that core fired up in your plank position. Make sure you keep your chin tucked in as you roll down and as you roll back up. We're going to make this last one today. So roll yourself down, walk it out into plank, drop to your knees and push it back for a quick stretch before we move on. Okay, bring yourself into a tabletop position. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your feet. As you look through the gap in your legs, you shouldn't be able to see your feet. So make sure you're in correct alignment. Your hips are in that neutral positioning, nice flat back. You're going to take one arm and the opposite leg out. And you're going to either bring it back to the centre, alternatively you can bring your hand and knee together before taking it back out again. Inhale as you bring it in, exhale as you take it out. Nice and controlled. Make sure you're not rushing. Really use that core to make sure that your upper body, as in your back, obviously not your arm, isn't moving. So you're not curving your spine up like this and taking it out. Nice and controlled, your back isn't moving. Really making that core work hard. You also feel it in that stabilising shoulder. Need to place your hands and knees down between each one, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you're using the same arm and leg throughout. We're going to do one more here, and I'm going to take it onto the opposite side. Taking the opposite arm and leg out, giving that wrist from before a bit of a rest. Again, making sure staying where it is. You're not lifting your leg too high, it's just going in line with your hip. Otherwise you risk twisting your hips. Use that breath, make sure you're controlling your movement. Just give me one more. And bring it down. Okay, from here, I'm just going to move myself forward a little bit. From here, you're going to straighten out your legs, keep your hands where they are, and we're going to go into a plank. If you've got problems with your wrist, you can go onto your elbows instead. Now, from this plank position, you're now going to lift one leg and place it down. So again, the upper part of your body isn't moving. So it's not a big rise in your leg, just lifting it slightly. Just taking that stability away, making your core work a lot harder. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Drop to your knees if you want to, I forgot to mention that earlier. And lift your knees. Give me one more on each side. Bring your knees down. Quick stretch back. Take the pressure off those wrists and away from your shoulders. Okay, we're going to go into side plank now. So it's up to you whether you're on your wrist, whether you're on your elbows, and also with your leg positioning. So keep your knee underneath bent if you need to. Alternatively, either put one foot in front of the other or stack your legs. From here, you're going to lift and lower that top leg. Quite difficult this if you normally do a side plank on your feet. You might find you need to drop that underneath knee in order to be able to do it with the leg raise. Make sure your hips are staying lifted. If you find those sinking, again, modify it down to your knee. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. We're going to do two more here. Last one. And bring it down. Stretch it over. That mermaid stretch quickly before we move on to the other side. So take your feet round to the other side. Get yourself in your side plank position. And from there, lift and lower that top leg. Again, it's not massive lift. The top part of your body shouldn't be moving. If you need to drop your underneath leg, you can do. We've just got two more here. Last one. Lovely. Control it back down. Stretch it out into that mermaid stretch. It's always a good stretch. And bring yourself around onto your bum. Sitting up nice and tall. So your hands are going to go out in front of you. You're going to curve your spine as you roll about halfway down your spine, so keeping the upper half off the mat still, and then all the way back to the top. If you find, as you're coming up, you're having to jerk yourself up, or your feet are coming off the mat, then don't go quite as low. So maybe go to a third or a quarter of the way down your spine before you come back up. Inhale as you go down. come up. Nice, tall, straight spine before you curve again and roll it down. Might feel it in the front of your legs as well. It's quite common to find it there, to feel it there even. I'm going to do 2 more. On this last one, don't come back up. We're going to stay down on the mat. So nice and slow as you can, feel each vertebrae as you roll all the way down to the mat. I'll shift myself forward a little bit. Okay, from here, we're going to go into leg raises. So big inhale, exhale and bring those legs up. Got my breathing wrong there. You're going to inhale as you bring them up, exhale as you take it down. And you can do this single leg, and you can do it where you don't quite take them just as low, and you can do it where you place your feet on the mat each time. So whichever is your preference. Like I said, you can do single leg. If you're doing single leg, make sure you're switching legs each time, and make sure you're really controlling that movement coming down. You can also mix it up. So if you can do double leg, but consistently is a little bit difficult, do 2 singles and a double. It's a good way to work it up from doing singles to doing doubles. So carry on with those leg raises. You're going to do 2 more. Last one. And all the way down to the mat. Relax. From here, bring your knees up and bring your feet as close to your bum as you can. So we're going to go into bridge. So bringing those feet close is going to take the focus away from the hamstrings and into the glutes, into your bum instead. From here, you're going to tilt your pelvis back, pushing the bottom part of your spine into the mat, and then you're going to peel each vertebrae up as you roll up onto your shoulders, and then bring it back down. If you want to carry on with that one, you can do. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you're going to take 1 foot off the floor, and we're going to do single leg. So keeping 1 leg raised as you roll up and down. If you are doing single leg, make sure your hips are staying in line with each other and you're not dipping down on that leg that's not supporting. You can have your knee bent up like I have. You can have it straight if you want. Just whatever's more comfortable. It's taking that stability away, so your core's got to work harder in order to keep your hips level, but also really testing that other leg as you roll up and down. You're going to do 1 more on this side, and then we'll switch sides. For those of you doing 2 legs, you're just going to carry on throughout. So placing the other leg down and carry on through with the other leg raised. Really good pelvic floor exercise, this one as well. Which I know is really important to a lot of us. You've got that little pause at the top, and you're not racing through each repetition. going to do one more. And relax both legs down. Okay, this time you're going to take your bridge all the way up to the top with both legs down. You're going to take one leg off and you're going to lift and lower. So the idea is that your hips stay exactly where they are. Don't let them dip down like this. Don't let them tilt over. Your modifications, you can carry on doing that. Alternatively, lift and lower, placing your leg back on the mat each time. Two more here, and then we're going to switch sides. Placing that leg down, going straight into the opposite side. If you need to have a little rest in between, you can do. You can pause at any time during the video. We do go through the exercises quite quickly. Make sure your hips lowering. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Two more. And place it down. Roll yourself back down. You can move your feet slightly further away for this next one. You're going to place your hands either by your side or just by your temples. So we go into a curl up. So eye line facing the ceiling. Imagining you drawing your ribs to your hips. You can place your hands just behind your head if you want to, if you find that pressure too much on your neck. Don't rush through them. Don't use momentum to get yourself up. If you want to make them harder, you can place your feet into tabletop position. One more here. And from here we're going to go into your oblique curl up. So taking it side to side. Keeping those feet where they are, whether it's in tabletop position or whether it's on the mat. Exhale as you reach up and over to the opposite side. Inhale as you bring it back. Make sure throughout that your hips are staying planted on the mat and you're not rolling them off the mat as you're rolling your upper body. So really keeping those planted throughout. One more to each side. And place your feet back down. Lovely. Okay, from here, I'm going to go into a single leg stretch. I'm going to bring your feet up into tabletop position. I'm going to extend one leg out and bring it back. Exhale as you take it out. Inhale as you bring it back. That's putting a lot of pressure on your lower back. Bring your knees a little bit closer to your body. If you want to make it harder, keep your head and shoulders raised off the floor. Inhale as you bring it back. Nice and controlled movement. We're going to do one more on each side. And hug those knees in for a nice stretch, or stretch your full body out if you would prefer. We're going to start our next exercise from this position, however. So from here, you're going to take both your arms and your legs out. Just as low as you can. You can keep your head grounded as well. So the level and the modification. If you've not got the movement in your shoulders, you can just take your arms up, and depending upon your ability, is dependent on how low you go with your legs. So it's entirely up to you. If you want to make it harder, you can keep your head and shoulders lifted. You exhale as you take it out. Inhale as you bring it back in. Nice little stretch in between. Last one. And relax it down to the mat. A nice full body stretch. And you're going to roll yourself onto your tummy. So once you run your tummy, we're going to do back extension. So hands by your temple. And you're going to raise up using your lower back and bring yourself back down. You can take your hands with you to make it harder. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Make sure you're keeping your head in line with your spine. So you should still be looking at the mat or the floor throughout, rather than looking at the wall in front of you. One more here, and relax. Push yourself up into a cobra stretch from there. You can do it from your elbows if that's better, up into your wrists. Make sure your hips are keeping as low as they can. And from there, push yourself all the way over into child's pose. Thread one arm through the other until you thread the needle, stretching into those shoulders as well. And switch sides. Nice big deep breaths as you're holding your stretches. And sit yourself up. If you want a deeper stretch, we have got a video on there to do some more stretching as well. Feel free to have a look. Thank you very much for doing the session with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know if you did, and if you didn't, if there's anything that we can do to make it better. Share your videos and photos with us. We always really enjoy to see those. Have a look at the rest of the videos on our channel. We've got a real mix on there for all ages and all abilities, including kids and including seniors. So take a look and have a go at some other ones. Thank you again for joining me today, and hopefully I'll see you soon on another video. Bye bye!